Hello, my name is Eva, and I welcome you to my podcast, Coach Your Life. Listen to the podcast to learn how to coach your life, simply being your own coach. Follow my website www.foreverfit.ie to learn how to train your body and mind, connecting to your spirit. Hello everyone, and welcome to the first podcast, The Reason Why. During the podcast, I will reveal, of course, this interesting word that we often use, and tell you a little bit more about the deeper meaning hidden in this interrogative word. Human beings often ask questions to find more information about something or answer questions to provide such information. Asking and answering questions is what we usually do, not only to learn, of course, but also to interact with other people and form all kinds of relationships. You can ask me why I chose such a title for my first podcast. Well, the answer is that the question why is one of the most important questions you can offer to yourself and the world. Why is that? Because the answers to our why build our understanding of the world and our world itself. These answers contribute to how we perceive everything that surrounds us and happens to us. How do we experience it? Do you remember when you were 5 years old and you were questioning everything and everyone, literally? And then you grew up and you kind of stopped or changed the meaning of this word. You changed it from a curious why to frustrated, full of blame and complaint why? Whatever stands behind your reason why, this question is the most important one in the whole universe. Why? Because this question carries the incredible potential of knowledge that can bring answers that lead to growth, empowerment, and meaningful life. We should never stop questioning why, and you gotta start somewhere. When we are children, we question why so innocently, usually being curious about the world in general. When we are grown-up adults, we frequently use this word to question our personal life, unless we work on some project or we study a certain subject that requires this questioning, of course. But be honest with yourself now. Ask yourself, when do you use the question why mostly? Ask yourself, when do I question why the most? In what situations, circumstances, or moments? Why did this happen to me again? Why this person treats me like this? Why people do not appreciate me? Why do they hurt me? Why they cannot change themselves? Why everything goes wrong? Why it is not like I want it to be? Do these questions sound familiar to you? Well, they do to me. I have questioned them many times in the past, trying to figure out what the hell is happening to me. I'm not saying these are the only questions you have, or that they are the wrong questions. It is better to question them than not to. However, these types of questions do not seem to be empowering, and the answers you get won't satisfy you enough. And the change in your current situation may never come. This is because you have no control over the external world until you control your internal world, which is you, your emotional self. I'm just trying to say that in our adulthood, we have this tendency to make these types of questions why. If I'm not right, you can stop listening now, but if anything I say here sounds familiar to you, then keep on listening. Seeking the answers in an external world instead of challenging the question and transforming it in a way to get these answers that will satisfy you and support the change in your current situation is what you truly need to do. This type of question of why becomes a question of what and how. Instead of why did this happen to me again, ask what can I do not to let things like this happen to me again? How can I choose what I experience? Instead of why this person treats me like this, ask what is it in me that lets others treat me like this? How can I change myself so people treat me differently? Instead of why people do not appreciate me, ask what can I do to appreciate myself more so I do not need to seek appreciation from others? Instead of why do they hurt me, ask what causes me to be hurt? How can I protect myself from being hurt? Instead of why they cannot change themselves, ask what aspects of people's personalities make me think they need to change? How can I change myself to accept others more for who they are? What qualities do I need to represent to tolerate people who are not willing to change? Instead of why everything goes wrong, ask what can I do better to feel in control of my life? What decisions do I need to make to get to where I want to be? What is in my control? What is out of my control? How can I manage my life using what is in my control? The answers to these questions will let you find the new question of why. This time, the question why comes from your deeper self. Questioning yourself and becoming an answer yourself at the same time. This leads to finding your reason why. Why do I do this, what I do? Is this making my life meaningful and happy? Why I don't do what I should to make my life meaningful and happy? Why do I create situations that do not make me happy? Why do I choose to participate in such situations? Why do I seek appreciation and acceptance from others? Why I can't give it to myself? Why do I constantly think about others' behavior that is out of my control? Why do I think that everything goes wrong? What can I do to feel good even when I fail sometimes? So, which question why plays a healthy role in your personal growth, and which one feeds the blockage from personal growth and makes you stuck in life? I think you may already know the answer. Finding your why that comes from your deeper self, from the state of self-awareness that left all the external possible causes and factors away, is your true answer. Finding that true answer brings a true why. Sometimes you need to spend more time with yourself to find out what your why is. Question yourself. Why do I do certain things? Why I don't? Why do I think certain thoughts? Why I don't? And so on, and so on. Finding the why and knowing why you do what you do will make even the hardest day easier. Finding the why will bring awareness to your being and sense to it. Your why will become your never-ending motivation. So, how about you over there? What are you doing, and most importantly, why? And remember, when your why is big enough, you will find the how. Your why will bring you awareness on how to act to be who you choose to be, get what you want to get, and experience what you want to experience. Your why will make you choose for yourself, but first, you need to discover it, and of course, to eliminate all these unhealthy whys that you like to hold on to, and the ones that hold you progress in self-awareness. You can develop many reasons why. The more reasons you have, the more grounded your path of action will be. Always question yourself why. Center yourself and focus on the answer. When you know the why, then you know what you need to do. This is how you get clarity of your why. You will review this clarity over and over again while you grow. Your why is always growing with you, so do expect it to develop along with your personal growth. So now take a piece of paper and ask yourself, what is my reason for being who I am? Why do I think the way I think? Why am I who I am? Why do I do what I do? Why is this important to me? Do it over and over again and see what are the answers. Are these answers independent or dependent on others and the external world? Are these answers empowering or disempowering? Are these answers the act of freedom of choice or the act of dependency? Are you a free will person or a person who is conditioned to think and act in a certain way? Ask yourself, the answers will bring you closer to your why. And here is where you start discovering your true why. This is how the journey of self-awareness and clarity begins. You may not find your true why right away, but I can promise you that the more you question yourself, the more you analyze yourself, the closer to the answer you will be. Every time you get the answer from the state of your true self, you will get more clarity in your life. You will feel that your why empowers you to reach the goals and keeps the focus on them. You will feel infused with passion. You will become more resilient. You will live a meaningful life with integrity, core values, and contribution. Becoming more self-aware is a process, but you have to start this process by yourself. Starting to question why is a good start. Or at least, why not? To find a free workbook with some questions that you can use to activate the process of finding your reason why, go to my Facebook group, Forever Fit Life Coaching. Also, go to my YouTube channel, where you can find the guided meditation, Connect with Your True Self, Find Your Why. You can alternatively email me at eva@foreverfit.ie, and I will send you a free copy of workbook and all the links that will assist you in the process. Make sure to follow my channel to never miss any podcast. Subscribe, leave the comment, and share with others. Thanks for listening. Your coach, Eva.